Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see very important current affairs which appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. And today is Saturday, there is no text and context and there is no opinion page. There are very less number of articles relevant from our examination point of view. And most of the articles are repeated from our earlier newspaper articles itself. So let us see some new articles, okay? And regarding the repeated articles, just I'll give you the gist, guys. So before seeing that articles, I want to make a small request from you guys. That is, if you really like this analysis and if you are really getting some insights regarding current affairs, and if this class is for sure helping for you in your preparation, then please do give review. So where you can give review is, in the video description itself, I will be giving you one link, or even in the comments also, we pinned one link. So please click on this link so that you will be redirected to one more page. So here, just give the rating, and as well as here you can write whatever the review that you want to give for our academy. So this will be very, very helpful, guys. And after typing everything, and please do post here. So actually these reviews will be very, very helpful. And this is the one thing that we will expecting written from you guys. Okay. So I hope you will be giving reviews. And now let us see the first article. Yeah, see the title of this first article, guys. Pak will use IMF aid to fund terror, says Rajnath. So what is happening from last 3 days? Yes, Pakistan approached IMF for releasing of funds because of what is the crisis? BOP crisis, balance of payment crisis. And what IMF did? Yes, IMF released $1 billion rupees, right? And actually, what is stand of India? Whether India voted in the favor of Pakistan or voted against or abstained? Yes, India abstained. India didn't voted in favor or against this release of money from IMF. And finally, what is this article is saying? Who is Rajnath? Any idea? Yeah, our defense minister. So our defense minister made a statement that when IMF is releasing funds, so they will be using for terror funding. So why the statement made by Rajnath? What is the recent thing which happened between India and Pakistan? Operation Sindoor. So in this Operation Sindoor, so most of their defense system which got been destroyed by our country, right? So here our concern is if they are getting money, they will be using for rebuilding of their terror infrastructure. So whenever they are diverting the funds for terror financing, then what happened? Do India have the threat from this Pakistan or not? Yes, that is the thing which mainly said here. So now tell me from which subject we can see this topic. Yes, from IR. So this article is important from this India-Pakistan relations. So where you will be studying this India-Pakistan relations? From GS paper 2 under international relations. And even there is one more keyword, that is IMF. So this is important from which subject? GS paper 3 under economy. So here, whenever you are seeing any relationship between India and any other country, you have to see these things. First one is history. And India is sharing direct boundary with this Pakistan, right? So you have to see name of boundary line. And you have to see which commission gave that boundary line between India and Pakistan. And especially have to see about what are the issues between India and Pakistan. So can anyone tell me the issues between India and Pakistan? So we have Jammu and Kashmir issue, and we have Indus Water Treaty issue. Next one is issue of terrorism, infiltration. Next, China's influence in Pakistan is also one issue, right? That is CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Next, Chinese influence. Okay, so these are the issues between India and Pakistan. So now even you have to see about operations. Yeah, one more issue here is always there will be ceasefire violations. Okay, and you have to see different operations we did in Pakistan since our independence, from 1947 onwards till today. So whatever the operations we did, so please make a note of that operations, and you have to see what is that outcome of that operation. Okay, and even if possible, collect examples of terror attacks which happened in India, which is related to terror organizations from Pakistan. And even in this Operation Sindoor, 9 terror camps had been struck down, right? So you have to see the important areas of which terror organization had been struck down. Yeah, that is the thing. And even if possible, see about this Article 370 and Article 35A. So because of these removal of these two articles in 2019 led to this Pahalgam issue and Operation Sindoor, right? So see those articles also. Okay, so these are the ideas that you have to see, guys. And now let us see the context. So here this article is saying that our Union Defense Minister, he raised some voice against IMF release of funds to this Pakistan. So how much amount of funds you are releasing? $1 billion. So here our defense minister is saying that if they are getting funds, they will be using for rebuilding of terror infrastructure which had been affected in this Operation Sindoor. Yeah, that is the thing. And this article is saying that IMF aid will indirectly go for terror funding. So because of this, it is one concern of India. And next one here is because of this Operation Sindoor, because of this rapid strike capability of India, we can say that Operation Sindoor is one of the very, very successful operation of India, where we struck down 9 terror camps along this Pak-occupied Kashmir and India-Pakistan border. And why this Operation Sindoor had been very successful? Because of our technology we have. So which fighter jets they used? Rafale, S-400 Triumph missile, Akash, BrahMos. Okay, so here you have to see about the defense equipments that we used in this Operation Sindoor, whether they are made in India. So Akash is completely made in India, that we discussed, right? And here we have S-400 Triumph missile system, from which country we got it? Russia. And what about this Rafales, from which country? France. So you have to see what is the capability of that so-and-so equipment, and from which country we got it, what is the capability of that. Okay, so here our defense minister, he said that yes, because of our weapon system, yes, we made this operation very, very successful. There he said about BrahMos missile and as well as Akash. So what is BrahMos? From which and which country we get it? It is a collaboration between which and which country? India and Russia. And now what we are doing is we are making that BrahMos in our country, and even we are exporting that to other countries. So recently India exported this BrahMos to which country? Philippines. Okay, and this article is saying that because of this terror funding, so we are going to have threat of terror from Pakistan because we have this Lashkar-e-Taiba. So who is the leader of this Lashkar-e-Taiba? The only one person who escaped from this attack. Name? Full name? Masood Azhar. Okay. So that means he already wrote a letter to our Prime Minister that we are going to re-attack, right? So if they are getting funding from this IMF means, so that terror funding will come to this person. Already he lost his everyone in their family. So he can re-attack India. That means we are having a potential terror attack or terror threat from this Pakistan because of this IMF funding. That is the thing which mainly said. And see this article, guys. What's the title? Assam policy to fight human trafficking and witch hunting notified. Okay, what are the keywords here? Human trafficking. Next one is witch hunting. So you know about human trafficking, right? So kidnapping and taking away humans. It may be children, or it may be elderly, or it may be any engaged population or whoever it may be. So humans are kidnapped and they will be kept in the forced work or like in sexual exploitation also they will use. Okay, then what is this witch haunting? Witch haunting. So have you ever heard about this witch haunting? No idea. Ayyo, don't you have this habit of watching stories? Witch Mantragatta. Have you heard about this Mantragatta? Black magic. So the people who do this black magic and some kind of magic which is against someone, yes, that is called as witch. And this witch haunting will happen. Especially in which areas we have this witch haunting? Yes, in rural areas we have this witch haunting, right? Okay, witch haunting is good or bad? Bad. So anthropology class is done, no? Yes. In that we discussed about black magic, who will do, what they will do, everything. Okay. So here, if it is bad, then whose responsibility is that to control it? It is obviously government's responsibility, right? So actually witch haunt is very, very highly seen in this Assam, Odisha region, especially in this east and northeastern part, we can see this witch haunting. So because of this, now Assam government came up with a policy to control both human trafficking and as well as witch haunting. Okay. So what are the keywords? First one is human trafficking. Second one is witch hunt. Or witch haunting. So from which subject we can say this human trafficking? So from GS paper to under polity, we can see this. In polity, which topic it deals with this human trafficking? FR, fundamental rights. Yes, in this fundamental rights, which article talks about this? Any idea? 23. Article 23 and 24 talks about rights against exploitation, and this article 23 specifically talks about human trafficking. Okay. And this article is also important from your governance from GS paper 2. Do we have any acts or laws to control this human trafficking in our country? Yes. So you have to see which are the laws or acts related to this human trafficking. And apart from that, can anyone tell me what are the causes of this, why this human trafficking is happening? What are the causes? Yes, yes. Because of demand in other markets, okay, labor markets. Next. Yes, cheap labor. Organ trafficking. Okay, organ trafficking. For that also human trafficking is happening. Okay, next. Have you seen this Hit 3? Hit 3 movie chusara? Hit 3. See that it detail tells about what is dark web and how organ trafficking is happening, and especially if you go to hi-fi parties, they will be taking some cocktails. So if you take that cocktails, you will be getting very, very high energy drugs, everything, no? So how they are producing that cocktails, they showed in that movie, and it is one of the very, very informative movie, but you have to be very brave to see that because brutal things they showed there. But it is very, very good movie, so watch it. Okay. Nani movie, Hit 3. Do you know Telugu? You don't know, right? If you don't know Telugu, at least watch through subtitles. Okay. It is a very, very good movie. Yeah. Hit 3. Okay. So what are the causes here? Because of poverty, because of lack of employment, lack of education, illiteracy. Next. Awareness. Yes, awareness. Okay. And next, what is the impact of human trafficking? What happens? Our GDP increases or decreases? decreases of our GDP. Next, our human capital will be having more skills or less skills? Less skills. Next, tensions will be increased or decreased in the areas? Yes, increasing of tensions in the society. Next, yes, government burden will be increased or decreased. If one person had been trafficked, so that family will give police complaint, filing of FIR. And what happened? There is increasing of work for whatever the police forces they have, right? And they have to do some search operations. Okay, that means there is increasing of burden on our government. Okay, yeah. So here in this witch hunting, you have to know what is this witch hunting. And next you have to see in which states, which kind of acts were there to control this witch hunting. And next you have to see what is the impact of this. And first of all, why people are choosing this witch hunting. So if they are having any health problems or if they want to do bad for anyone, they'll directly approach this witches, right? So don't you have this kind of experience? Experienced. Okay, so here you have to see what are the reasons for this witch hunting. So all these things that you have to see, guys. So this topic is important from your polity and as well as governance. And even this witch hunting is happening in our society. So it is also one of our societal problem. Okay, from GS paper 2 and 1, from society and social issues also, you can take this topic. So now let us see the context. Okay, so this article is saying that Assam came up with a policy to combat or to fight against this human trafficking and this witch hunting. So what is meaning of human trafficking? So please take down this definition. According to United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, UNODC, human trafficking is recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring or receipt of people through force. So they will use force, sometimes they will use fraud or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. Yes, recently I said about one article regarding human trafficking is happening in India and they are employed in another state. Which state is that? Myanmar. So for what purpose they had been trafficked? I think just 20 to 30 days ago. Tell me, Hema. She's absent. Tell me. Vinod, you are there. For cyber crimes. They are forced to do cyber crimes. Okay, for that, cyber trafficking, human trafficking, which is happening from Myanmar. Okay, so men, women and children of all ages, they are vulnerable to this human trafficking. Okay, so if you see the data on this human trafficking globally, so around 79% of humans are trafficked for sexual exploitation. Okay, especially women and girls, they had been trafficked for sexual exploitation. And second most common form of human trafficking is forced labor. And it is accounting 18%. And especially 20% of human trafficking victims are children. Okay, and especially Africa and Mekong region, they are very vulnerable for this human trafficking. Okay, so first important reason here is for sexual exploitation. Second one is forced labor. And especially 20% of human trafficking is happening regarding children. Children are victims. And in which areas? Africa and Mekong regions are most vulnerable, guys. And if you see the constitutional and legislative provisions related to trafficking in India are, the first one, as I said, we have Article 23. And if you see the acts, we have Immoral Traffic Prevention Act of 1956. Please make a note of it. Article 23 and Immoral Traffic Prevention Act of 1956. And this one is we have Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2013, which is fighting against menace of human trafficking. And even we have POCSO, that is Prevention of Child from Sexual Offence Act of 2012. So it is also protecting children from sexual abuse. And next one is we have Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, we have Bonded Labor System Abolition Act, Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act, and even one of you said human trafficking is also happening for organ trafficking, right? So for that we have Transplantation of Human Organs Act. So these are the articles and as well as acts which are present in our country which are prohibiting human trafficking. Clear? And let us see about this challenges. So why we are not controlling this human trafficking? Because of, first of all, the reason is poverty is very high. Next one is unemployment is very high. Because of fraud, unemployment things, so humans will be trafficked. And next one is people, they don't have proper awareness how this trafficking is happening, where they are taking, for what, everything. And next one is what are the laws and what are the provisions are there, so there is no proper implementation of those laws. And this one here is cross-border trafficking. So whenever humans are trafficked, so they are entering into another country. So if they are entering into another country, will they come under our Indian laws? No. That other country's laws, they have to be implemented. So because of this, it is very, very important challenge because of lack of coordination between our country police and as well as other countries' policemen to bring them back. And next one is, as I said, because of increasing of use of technology, now cyber attacks are happening and they are trafficking the people to keep in this. Okay, that is a recent example that we discussed, like most of the Indian human trafficking is happening and they are keeping these people in Myanmar and they are using them for cyber attacks. Okay, yeah. And next one is about data regarding witchcraft. Please write down this. NCRB, that is National Crimes Record Bureau, in India has tracked motives for murder including witchcraft since 1953. So since 1953 onwards, a lot of data which is collected by NCRB regarding this witchcrafts. So in 2022, 85 murders with witchcrafts as a motive which happened in which states? Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand and Odisha. And some cases in Assam, Bihar and Telangana. In AP also. Okay. AP is good. Okay. It's your wish. And if you see what are the laws which are present in different states to address witchcrafting is, in Bihar they have Prevention of Witch Practices Act. In Jharkhand they have Prevention of Witch Practices Act of 2001. In Chhattisgarh, Tonahi Pratadna Nivaran Act. Odisha, Prevention of Witch Haunting Act. And now which state had been added here? Assam. Okay, you have to add Assam. So far in India, 5 states are having these acts which are especially focusing on witch haunting. So recently, Assam also added here. Okay? Yeah. So why this witchcraft is persistent in our society? Because lack of education, because of ignorance. And next one is widowed, single or childless women, they often targeted because they'll get property if they are getting targeted. And next one is whatever the existing laws are there, so there is a very low rates of prosecution conviction, especially in Jharkhand. So because of this, still it is going on. And next one is there is no national law for witch haunting. Only 5 states as of now they have laws. But throughout our country, there is no unified law for this. Because of this also, there is increasing of witch haunting. And next one is most of the cases, they are unreported in India. Okay. So these are some important problems that we have. Because of this, still this witch haunt is happening. Okay. Yeah, let us see the next article. A very important article of the day. Keep star mark. SC strikes down retrospective environmental clearances. So when I discussed UPSC syllabus classes, whenever I'm discussing about ethics and even environment topics, I discussed about developmental projects, right? So whenever any infrastructure projects or developmental projects are going to taken by the government, what they'll do? EIA, Environment Impact Assessment. After doing that, they will take clearance and they have to start the project, right? So this is the thing that we discussed. So actually, now what is happening is before getting clearance itself, the project is getting started. That is called as retrospective environment clearance. After starting of projects, they are taking clearance. Okay, so that is the meaning of retrospective environment clearance. So what is the process if they want to construct any dam or any roadways or any development projects? First they have to go for, okay, write down this. Okay, so if they want to implement any project, write down this flow chart. To implement any project, they have to go for environment impact assessment, and after this they will be getting clearance and they will start project. So this is the process to be followed. This is the process that to be followed. But now what they are doing is to implement any project without clearance. Without clearance, you are starting project. After starting, they are starting environment impact assessment, and now they are getting clearance. Is that right? So actually we have to follow this green color thing. But now what our government and some state government projects are doing is they are implementing project without getting clearance, and after starting projects they are applying for this EIA and clearance. Okay, so what happens if you're not following this process? Will it lead to environmental impacts or not? So one example which had been cited is Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. In which state? In Telangana state, we have this lift irrigation project which had been done through this yellow color method. Okay, they didn't started this project before getting clearance. So because of this, now Supreme Court said that we should not go for post environment clearance or retrospective environment clearance. After clearance only we have to go for starting of that project. That is the thing which mainly said. Clear? Okay, now let us see this article. So from which subject it is important? From environment and ecology, which comes under GS paper 3. This article is very important. So actually Supreme Court said that before starting any new project or to expand whatever the project which is already present, clearance must be obtained. So after clearance only they can start any new projects or they can expand whatever the earlier project which is there. Okay, what is this retrospective or ex post facto environmental clearance? It is nothing but environmental approval they are getting without getting clearance, and they will be starting projects without clearance. That is called as ex post facto environmental clearance. So what happened was in 2002 September, Supreme Court said that yes, under this Environment Protection Act itself, it does not explicitly prohibit it. So we can grant this ex post facto environment clearance only for certain projects which are very important. So in 2002 itself, Supreme Court said that yes, we can give this, but only in exceptional circumstances. So now in 2025, because of this Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project which have lots of environmental impacts, now Supreme Court itself overruled its judgment. Okay, earlier Supreme Court in 2022 itself said that in some exceptional cases we can go for this ex post facto clearances. Okay, so now here in this 2025 May, Supreme Court struck down this 2017 and as well as 2022 notifications. And now Supreme Court said that if you want to go for new project or if you want to go for expanding of already existing project, you have to compulsory take clearance. After that only you have to start that. Clear? Yeah, that is a thing. And see this article. Closing argument. Presidential reference seeks to undermine a settled question. So what is this presidential reference? So President used which article? Article 143 and asked 14 questions to Supreme Court. So in that questions, which articles she questioned or she challenged? Article 200 and Article 201. So Article 200 and Article 201 are related to governor powers in passage of bills, okay, and even reserving of bills for president's assent. The same thing in yesterday's class we discussed those things, right? The same thing which is given here. Just to see about Article 143 and see about the judgment of Supreme Court. Yeah, next article, see here. Drinking to death. Illicit liquor tragedies expose systemic corruption and regulatory failure. So have you heard about Kalti Mandu? After drinking this Kalti Mandu, many people died, admitted in hospital. Natusara. Yes, liquor, country liquor. Have you heard this? Yes or no, Karnataka guys? Okay, so it is called as hooch. Hooch. Hooch is nothing but illicit liquor. So every year, at least 5 to 6 times, you will be getting this hooch tragedy. Okay, last time it happened in state of Bihar. I think just 3 to 4 months ago, I guess. Now it is in Punjab. Okay, so now tell me why this hooch tragedies, illicit alcohol or illicit liquor, why it happens? Very good. She knows everything. So the cost of illicit liquor will be comparatively less compared to that of whatever the brandy, whiskey, and how many brands will be there? Brands, brandy, whiskey. Next, don't you know? Okay, so the cost is less. And next, why people go for this illicit liquor? Taste. Okay, addicted to that taste. Next. Okay. So okay, they can. What is that word? Appu techi tagadam. What is that? Debt kaadu. They can borrow that. Okay, next. Easy availability. Even night time also they can get easily. Next. Okay, then why after drinking this illicit liquor they are dying? What is the important component which will be there in this illicit liquor? Methanol. So in your +2, in your intermediate, after your 10th, you will be studying about this methanol and effects of methanol in chemistry. Idea on that? At least in your organic chemistry. So what it happens is whenever you are drinking this methanol, first organ which will be affected is your eyes. So there will be loss of vision first. And after loss of vision, so methanol will causes acidity. And each and every organ will be getting accumulated with acid. That is called as methanol acidosis. And after this, slowly your brain will get affected. Especially first your brain size will be like VAPU. You know this word VAPU, inflation of your brain happens. That is called as brain edema. So after this, brain completely loss of control of your brain happens, and that will lead to coma and death. So these are the stages. So when you come in contact with this illicit liquor which is having methanol, first of all your vision will be getting affected. You can't see anything. And after that, your body organs will be getting acidic thing, that is called as methanol acidosis. And after that, your brain will be getting affected, that is called as brain edema. And finally, brain death, coma and death will happen. Okay, so here, many people who are present in that area, they know that is illicit liquor is available in that region. And even local police will be there. So why these police people are not controlling this? Because of corruption. Next, what do you think? Because you can get a case study here, guys. Case study and interview question also you can get. Political influence, okay. So have you seen this movie, one movie of Prabhas? It is about this hooch only. What is this movie, Hemant? Something got strike in your brain. A movie enti. What is that movie name? Prabhas' first movie. Ishwar. In that movie, they will show how they will make this illicit liquor and how Gudumba. Gudumba. No. That name of that illicit liquor is Gudumba there. Gudumba. So that area where this hero will be residing is entirely is about making of this illicit liquor. So if you have watched that movie, you know how they are transferring, and if there is any rights, so how they will be storing that everything. Okay, so that is one important problem. If they are going for rights also, they cannot find this. I don't know about that. Okay, so now let us see this article. So whenever you take this illicit liquor, you will be getting debts because of one component which is called as methanol. Please write that. Illicit liquor, because of methanol, it causes debts. Okay, now let us see what is this illicit liquor. Hooch is also known as illicit or spurious liquor. It is mainly made up of fermenting some materials. So those materials are molasses, grains, etc. And it is having even some dangerous chemicals like methanol. So methanol is mainly added to speed up the production and to increase the potency of that so-and-so alcohol. And even if you are having very little amounts of methanol also, it will lead to poisoning. Okay, what are the impacts of taking this illicit alcohol? First one is poisoning, and next one is deaths. And next one is, even if you are not dying at that time, but even you will be having long-term health consequences. Okay, and you will be suffering permanent blindness, some neurological impacts. And if you see the social impacts, what happens if suddenly a bread earner of a family dies? Means family will be get into depression, family will disrupt, and even crimes and violence will be also increasing, and that will lead to stigmatization of the society. And this one is economic impact. What happens? Health cost will be increased or decreased? Increased health cost and loss of productivity, right? Okay, so what are the measures that we can take? We have already some prohibition laws, especially in states like Gujarat and as well as Bihar. They implement complete prohibition of this illicit liquor. But even though sometimes it happens illegally. And next one is, we are trying to regulate the methanol. Especially we have food safety and standards regulations, which is focusing on banning of this methanol outside the industrial purpose. And this one is, we are focusing on raids and seizures and also legal prosecutions regarding the people who are selling that illicit liquor illegally, and even there are punishment of imprisonment and as well as fine who are selling this illicit liquor. Okay, so these are the important topics that happened in our today's Hindu newspaper, guys. So by this I'm concluding. Thank you so much for watching, and if you really like this class, please hit the like button and please to share this class and try to give Google review for sure, guys. It will be very helpful for our growth, and do subscribe to Rathod Science Academy. Don't forget.